In Australia and New Zealand, nearly 50% of all armed hold-ups involve the offender crossing the counter. These actions place your staff in very great danger. With a stressed economy and a subsequent increase in armed robbery, all cash-handling employers have a legal and moral responsibility to provide a safe working environment. Under the Workplace Health and Safety Act, all companies have duty of care to ensure a safe working environment for all employees. Permanently fixed anti-jump screens are one of the most cost-effective deterrents to prevent armed robbery or violent people from jumping your counter and creating an even greater threat. In Queensland, the recently released Police Service Annual Report records armed robberies at a rate of more than 5 per day. Although robberies against banks and other financial institutions recorded a substantial percentage reduction, there has been a subsequent increase in armed offences against service stations, convenience stores and takeaway food outlets. The fact that less than 1% of all armed robberies were reported against banks has much to do with increased security measures and sterling anti-jump screens, a crime preventative strategy designed to ensure a safer working environment. Anti-jump screens are not pop-up screens. Their permanent design hinders an intention to climb over the counter. A preventative measure that can be used successfully with or in place of pop-up screens. Although not intended to substitute for bullet-resistant barriers, which by the way are an option that can be supplied by Sterling, the screens provide a practical and affordable way of reducing risk. Permanently fixed anti-jump screens offer you exceptional value. They're economical to install, especially when measured against the reduced risk to your staff, with absolutely no compromise on strength and quality. The materials used, in fact, are at the very cutting edge of modern technology. During intensive research, many materials and alternative products were trialled. 6mm toughened glass, 6mm acrylic, 6mm wire glass, 6mm laminated glass, 6mm plate glass with propylene, all proved inferior to 6mm Lexan MR5. Sterling have pioneered the process of combining the best available mar-resistant polycarbonate sheets, Lexan FMR and Lexan MR5 with Marguard surface. This is virtually unbreakable, 30 times stronger than acrylic and with 250 times the impact resistance of glass at half the weight. The special silicon hardcoat surface has excellent flame retardant characteristics, especially when compared to acrylic and laminated propylene. Its abrasion resistance approaches glass and often defies graffiti, and the Lexan 5-year guarantee against coating failure assures enduring beauty. Robust yet non-obtrusive, your anti-jump screens will blend into your environment, no matter what your counter shape. They do not hinder communication either by sight or sound, and in fact offer your customers a perception of added privacy. Through our philosophy of continual improvement, we've developed a more sturdy head section designed to complement the configuration of your existing counters. This new design feature is both structural and practical, adding strength to the installation while allowing you to include signage, both illuminated and non-illuminated, and overhead lighting with very few restrictions. The design and lighting of the anti-jump screens also provides the perfect medium for conveying directional messages to your public. In this carefully planned position, the overhead lighting provides counter-illumination with no clouding of computer screens or light reflection on the surface of the anti-jump screens. Your staff can easily see out, your customers can easily see in. Because it is easy for your customers to see through the screens, we've also developed optional low-level striping. This gives staff privacy as they work and keeps cluttered work areas out of customer sight. The anti-jump screen counter top section has been designed so that all fixings are completely hidden from sight. At the front, built into the extrusion, is a recessed section in which we insert a polycarbonate infill strip that covers fixings from the public side. As with all metal framing and screens, this can be powder coated to blend in with your corporate colour scheme. On the operator's side, a PVC snap-on section covers the fixing, so there's nothing to catch on. And on the ends, injection-molded glass reinforced nylon caps finish off the extrusion. The fixing process to your countertop incorporates a specially designed section that gives the polycarbonate room to expand and contract. This overcomes stressing at all fixing points, so there are no weak spots anywhere in the design and construction. And you'll have no maintenance other than cleaning and changing the occasional lighting tube. To clean, water and a chamois is all that will ever be required. In assisting you to provide duty of care to your staff, we approach our installation with the same attitude. Staff inspect your site and detailed computer drawings are prepared to give you a clear perspective of how your anti-jump screens will look prior to installation. This site inspection is not just about installation. When we visit your site, we also assess how you can secure the entire staff area from the public. At Sterling, we believe that the most important crime preventative strategy is access control, a physical design concept directed primarily at reducing criminal opportunity. It provides a clear border, a definition of controlled space within your banking environment. With installation of our anti-jump screens, we can provide a range of other crime prevention initiatives to reinforce access control. This may involve a new security door, different locks, or coating existing glazed areas to meet the same resistance as the anti-jump screens. In both Australia and New Zealand, we have trained installation teams, and the screens themselves are manufactured in a modular form so they can be easily packaged and transported. In the majority of cases, your screens are installed after hours with minimum inconvenience to staff, customers and security guidelines. For screens to be effective, they must be installed to the highest standards of workmanship. Any inferior materials or design weaknesses may jeopardize not only your staff, but also the entire scheme, because they don't act as a sufficient deterrent. Anti-jump screens are a proven system. Anti-jump screens by Sterling, a permanently fixed, cost-effective solution to stop potentially violent people from jumping your counter.